Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to start our new lecture. Today's lecture, and today's lecture is the digestion and disorders of the digestive tract. Previously, yesterday we have studied the digestion, the process of digestion, and now today we are going to learn about the disorders of the digestive tract. But before going to the disorders of digestive tract, we have to some revision class for the digestion. What is the digestion? It is the process of changing the complex solid foods into simpler soluble forms which can be absorbed by body cells. Bolus: soft, pliable ball created from the chewing and addition of the saliva. It slides down esophagus. So bolus is formed when we chew the food and it is converted into the bolus. And what is the peristalsis? It is the wave-like movement of the food from the esophagus to the stomach and then to the intestine. Okay. Now, what is the structure of digestive system? We already studied the structure of digestive system, that they are known as the alimentary canal and of digestive tract, gastrointestinal tract. These are the other names of the digestive system: upper gastrointestinal tract and lower gastrointestinal tract, over 30 meters in length from mouth to the anus. Total length of the alimentary canal is over 30 meters. The structure of the digestive system is: the primary structure is mouth, esophagus, stomach, large intestine, and small intestine and large intestine, while the accessory structures are the tongue, teeth, salivary glands, pancreas, liver, and gallbladder. So if we talk about the mouth, there is a buccal cavity, and in buccal cavity we can see that the tongue, teeth, salivary glands, palate, ulva, ulva and ula, and also the physical breakdown of food begins here. First, digestion begins in the mouth. Okay, so yesterday we studied all about this. And what about the tongue? Structure of digestive system. The tongue attached to the floor of mouth, made up of skeletal muscles attached to the four bones, and taste buds are on the surface of the tongue are the sweet taste. The sweet, sour, bitter, and salty are the taste buds which are present on the surface of the taste and surface of the tongue, and through which we can taste the surface, taste the food, that either it is sweet or sour or bitter or etc. And what about the teeth? We yesterday I told you that teeth are of the, we can call the teeth of man in different forms. These teeth are also called the diffiodonts, heterodont, and thecodont. Diffiodont because they are milk teeth or baby teeth, and permanent teeth. Two type of teeth are being grown in the body of man, and heterodont because they have the different size and shape of the teeth, and thecodont because they are embedded in the gums. That's why they are called the thecodonts. So they are also called as the primary teeth and secondary teeth. Primary teeth are those teeth which are baby teeth, which are number of 20 numbers, and they are deciduous, while the secondary teeth are the permanent teeth, and they are 32 in number. Did you know that canine teeth are also known as the cuspids and eye teeth? Teeth and tongue aid in the physical mechanical digestion of the food. You can see here there is a, it's just shown that this is the canine, this is the incisor teeth, and this one is the premolar teeth, and these are the molar teeth. Now we are discussing about the salivary glands. What are the salivary glands? These salivary glands are called the parotid glands. In parotid glands, they are the largest salivary glands, and which are responsible to release the ptyalin and salivia, which converts the starch into the simple sugars, causes the initial chemical breakdown. There are other glands also, submandibular glands and sublingual glands also. In the picture, you can see here that where they are present. This is submandibular gland, this is sublingual gland, and you can see here this is the submandibular gland, this one, okay, and this one is the sublingual gland, and this one is called as the parotid gland, which is the duct is opening from the upper part of the mouth, while they are present in the lower part of the mouth. Okay, structure of the digestive system, in which the plate and the mouth is also the most important, separates the mouth from the nasal cavity. It is hard. It possesses a hard and soft part. You can see here that this is the hard part and this one is the soft part, and this is called the vulva, bulla, okay, a flap of skin which hanging in the back of the throat. And pharynx is possesses three types: nasopharynx, oropharynx, and hypopharynx. See the colors and what are they can be seen. The dark brown color shows the nasopharynx, yellow color shows the oropharynx, and blue color shows the hypopharynx. The epiglottis is present here, which is closed during the eating and opens during the taking the while taking the breath. Esophagus. This esophagus tube is approximately 10 inches long and connects the pharynx and stomach with each other. And stomach, it is upper quadrant of the abdominal cavity, and their cavity fundus, body, and pylorus is their parts. We can see here the structure. This pyloric part is called the fundus, while this is called as the body, and this is the uh, called as the sorry cardiac part is called the fundus, while this is the body of this, and this is the pyloric region. And I also told you about the names of these regions are cardiac region and pyloric region. Okay, this one is called the cardiac region, this one called the pyloric region, this one is called the body of the stomach, and you can see here that this part is called the fundus. The middle region of the stomach is called the fundus. Cardiac sphincter controls the passage of food into the stomach and keeps it from going back into the throat. Pyloric sphincter valve regulates the entrance of the food into duodenum. There are sphincter means they are muscle types which are present on the two openings of the stomach. You see here this opening and this one opening, and in these two openings you can see that these two openings shows up that these are they possess the muscular structure which stop them to move the food which came from esophagus to move back to the esophagus, and they regulate the movement of the food from the stomach to the duodenum. Rugage is the mucus coated lining of stomach in folds when the stomach is empty. Stomach has muscular coat that allows it to contract. It is this contraction is called the peristalsis movement and push the food into the small intestine. About 2 to 4 hours the food remain into the stomach, and stomach get empty after the 2 to 4 hours. Now you can see here sphincters. This is the one is the cardiac sphincter, and this one pyloric sphincter, sphincter. Okay, and this is the body of the stomach, and they stop moving back of the food from this outside, and this one from the and this one is the movement of the folding which we discussed, that is called as a ruggage mucus lining coat, mucus coat lining. Yeah, this is called the ruggage. The structure of the digestive system, the small intestine main function is absorption of the nutrients, and in the absorption, the first segment is about 12 meters long, second segment is about 8 meters long, and third segment is about 10 to 12 meters long. So there are three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Okay, first part duodenum, second part is jejunum, and this third part is called the ileum, and finally which connects with the large intestine. Then large intestine is approximately 2 meters long, and its diameter is about 5 inches, sorry, 2 inches in diameter and 5 meters in long, and responsible for the elimination of the waste products and absorption of the water. Actually, it has also the three segments, also the transverse colon, ascending colon, and descending colon. And you can see here that this is the sigmoid colon, and this one is called the rectum. And you can see here that there is also the opening finger-like projection here, and this finger-like projection is called the vermiform appendix. This one, you see, this finger-like projection is called the vermiform appendix, and this finger-like projection this is the rudimentary form of the intestine which is present inside the humans, while it is in working condition and in large size in the other uh, organisms, just like those organisms. Uh, Let me answer you, Hashir. Let me complete this one. The vermiform appendix is the rudimentary, or now it is not working in our body, but it is very much useful in the other organisms, and it is utilized for the digestion of the cellulose enzyme. And there are lots of bacteria present which releases the cellulase enzyme, which releases to convert or digest the cellulose which is present in the plants, because they are herbivore organisms. They possess the they cannot digest their own, so uh, cellulase enzyme is released to digest the cellulase. So I told you that they are 5 meter long and 2 inches in diameter. What is it in diameter? Their thickness, their opening, they are about 2 meters in opening, while their length is 5 meters long, and responsible for the elimination of the waste products. Did you get my point, Hashir? The functions of the digestive system are another function is the teeth. What are the teeth that define the? It is the mastication. It used for the mastication, and the tooth shape is related to the its function. As I told you that incisors, cuspids, bicuspids, and molars. Incisors, canines, and uh, premolars and molars. They are also known as a cuspid and bicuspids. So their function is different, and they are used for the different functions, as I told you yesterday. If we discuss about the accessory organs of the digestive system, the pancreas is located behind the stomach, and they are their function is the exocrine. They secrete the digestive enzyme to break down the food. their function is also the endocrine, which is the uh, uh, and they are the feather shaped organ. Function of the digestive system is the liver. Now liver is produce and store the glucose in the form of glycogen. There another function is to detoxify the alcohol, drugs, and other harmful substances. Manufacture the blood proteins and manufacture the bile, store the vitamins, vitamin A, D, and B complex, and it connects to gallbladder and small intestine by the ducts. So there it has lots of functions in of the digestive system. It is also known as a metabolic factory because it has lots of these functions inside the liver, inside the liver. And it is also known as the largest organ of the internal organ of the body. Gallbladder, small muscular green sac like structure that secretes the stone bile and stores the bile, and located in the right upper quadrant of the abdominal cavity. There, when fatty food digested, bile released by the gallbladder. Okay, so you must remember that this gallbladder is actually responsible for the digestion of the uh, fatty acids, or we can call it lipids in the small intestine. Functions of digestive system: the large intestine, chyme, semi-liquid fluid, and gastric juice, approximately 2 inches in diameter, also called the colon, and it has lower right portion of the large intestine. Appendix, blind sac attached to the cecum, having no known function, and rectum, last portion of the large intestine, and anus has external opening of the large intestine. I have explained everything to you about these uh, parts of the large intestine, and these parts of the large intestine are actually functioning for the what we say digestion, for eliminating the waste products from the body. Now we are going to discuss about the disorders of the digestive system. There is one disorder that is called the anorexia. It means that there is decreased or poor appetite in their body. So uh, they do not have any symptoms or anything feelings that they are hungry or they need food. So they do not eat until they not feel anything that they have uh, any call of the food, or they are hungry. So uh, their symptoms are opposite to disorder obesity. So obesity is another disorder that is people try to eat more and more in this obesity, while in the anorexia people try to do not eat anything because they do not feel any hunger or any kind of taste in any food. So that is called the anorexia. Anorexia nervosa is another what we said disorder, in which that eating disorder characterized by the refusal to eat. When they are allowed to eat anything, they refuse to eat it. And there are also the psychiatric disorder, which is called the bulimia nervosa, which binge eating at the purging. It is a psychiatric disorder as well. So this psychiatric bulimia nervosa, they feel that I am going to be obese, I am going to whenever they try eat, they feel that they are going to be obese, so they should not eat. So that is called the psychiatric disorder, in which they don't have the anorexia nervosa, but they feel that these type of the diseases, and this psychiatric disorder is called the bulimia nervosa. Now the obesity is also the common disorder in all over the world, and this an obese person is considered as the obese if their BMI, body mass index, is above the 30. How to calculate the BMI? The BMI is pounds per inches. When we weight the person and when we get the height of the person, so after the getting weight and which is divided with the height of the person, the the result will, if the result of the BMI shows uh, that 18.5, it means it is underweight. If it is 18.5 to between the 18.5 to 24.9, it will be called as the normal person, because this is the uh, normal person who should have the uh, BMI from the 18.5 to 24.9, and from 25 to 29.9 they will be called as the overweight, while 30 and above they will be called as obese. So the general formula of the BMI calculation, the BMI, so you should have to take the weight, and then it should be divided into the inches, and should be weight should be taken in the pounds, and the pounds will be multiplied with the 703. Okay, if for example 100 pounds multiplied by 703, and height, for example, it is 5 feet 8 inches, so you should not be calculating the 5 feet 8 inches, but you should call it 178 inches, 168 inches. Then you have to get the answer of this, and you will calculate your BMI, and this BMI will tell you that either you are underweight, normal, overweight, or obese. Disorders of digestion caries. These are the cavities which occurs in the cavities. How often should you brush your floss? So if you're not going to brush your teeth, it will be caused in your cavities, and your cavities will be formed, and and they will cause you to very much burning pain. And can you identify the preventive measures? What kind of measures should take? First of all, you have to brush your teeth, and use to eat the do not use to eat the warm food, or do not use to eat the too much cold food, but should be bearable food should be eaten, and drinking should be bearable. Another disorder is the cholecystitis, cholecystitis, and this is the inflammation of the gallbladder. In this gallbladder, symptoms are the pain that radiates to right shoulder, and frequently after eating fatty foods. When you eat the fatty foods, its symptoms will be very much good, and it will cause very much uh, what we say pain inside there. How it is treated? So it is treated the removal of the gallbladder, and gallstones are present in the uh, gallbladder that are called the cholithiasis, and this you can see here in the picture that these are the stones which are present inside the gallbladder. So when the gallbladder is removed, the pain will be removed, but yeah, the person will not feel the taste now of the salty taste, because there the gallbladder will show up the salty taste, or the gallbladder is used to emulsify the fatty acids or fats. So you are now not be able to consume the fats more, because this gallbladder is not available inside your body, so fatty acids will be removed as undigested from your body. They will not get absorbed in your body. Disorders of digestive system. Cleft plate. This is the another disorder in which the hard or on soft plate doesn't close completely during the birth. and this causes the problem of swallowing or the surgery needed to repair this, because it is very much problematic during the birth when this plate is not completely fixed or closed during the birth. You see here, this is called the cleft plate, which is it is opened. It should be closed during the opening, during the birth, but it is not closed, so it will be closed with this help of surgery. Another disorder is the cirrhosis. Cirrhosis is another chronic progressive disease of liver. Normal tissues are replaced by the fibrous connective tissues. Because why it is occurs, because the 75% of cause is the excessive consumption of alcohol, and also by the Tylenol use. There is another chemical which is used by in the alcohol instead of alcohol. So they cause the cirrhosis inside the in to the liver, and you can see easily differentiate the liver, no healthy liver and the cirrhosis liver. And you can see here that there are the fibrous connective tissues are being uh, replaced with the this one. You can see here now it has been completely destroyed because of consuming the uh, alcohol. Another disorder is the constipation, in which when the defecation delayed, feces become dry and hard, and their reasons are diet with the cereals, fruit, vegetables, and drinking plenty of fluid, exercise, and avoiding the tension can remove the constipation, and there is no any other uh, treatment. Just only the treatment is that you have to use the cereals, fruits, and vegetable in your diet, and drink plenty of water, and exercise more, and do not make tension, and this tension will cause you the constipation. Another disorder of the digestive disorder is the diarrhea. The diarrhea are the loose, watery, frequently bowel movements, and when the frequent phases pass along the colon too rapidly, and causes the function by infection of poor diet, nervousness, toxic substances or irritants in the food. So everything can cause the uh, diarrhea. Mostly they are because of the using the infection, poor diet, and because of the infection or the poor diet, or maybe nervousness, or the toxic substances eaten, or the irritants in the food can cause the diarrhea in the humans. Gastroenteritis. Gastroenteritis is the another disorder of the gastrointestinal tract, and it is the inflammation of the mucus in which the uh, membrane lining of the stomach and intestine are being inflammation caused in the mucus, and common causes are the viruses, and symptoms are the nausea, vomiting, diarrhea for 24 to 36 hours, and complication is the dehydration, and prevention is the good hand washing. When you wash your hands very efficiently, and your you will be you would have been prevented yourself. Otherwise this virus will cause you vomiting and diarrhea, and which lasts about 24 to 36 hours. Another disorder, gastropharyngeal reflux diseases, which is also called as a GERD, and reflux of the gastric acid into the esophagus. When you feel the acidity in your esophagus, and the removal of the food is going to moving towards the esophagus, that is called the gastropharyngeal reflux diseases, and symptoms are the burning sensation that often worsens with laying flat, gets better with the sitting up or raising the head of bed. You see in the picture that how this acidic environment is moving towards the esophagus. Another disorder of the digestive system is the hepatitis, and this is the acute and chronic. And because of the hepatitis A is caused by the eating the contaminated food or the water, and B is the bloodborne, and C is also the bloodborne, DE. These are the different hepatitis diseases which are acute, maybe acute or chronic. Irritable bowel syndrome is another disorder of the digestive system, its causes are still unknown. Cannot know that what are these causes, but the symptoms are the abdominal pain, bloating, diarrhea, and constipation. And their this treatment is to change the lifestyle and diet, and medication should can improve the this bowel syndrome. Disorders Another disorder is the Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, and this is autoimmune disorder in which the type of inflammatory bowel diseases occurs in the colon region, which is present in the large intestine. The symptoms are abdominal pain, severe diarrhea, and malnutrition. You can see here that these are the parts where the burning or the inflammation is caused because of the this ulcerative colitis, and this is autoimmune disorder, and its symptoms are abdominal pain and severe diarrhea and malnutrition also. Peptic ulcer is another what we say branch of or we can say that there is the another disorder in which it is gastric ulcer is the in the stomach, and duodenal ulcer is in the duodenum, and its causes are the uh, bacteria which is the primary cause, and it causes the ulcer inside the body of the inside the lining of the stomach and colon. And lifestyle factors that contributes that such as cigarette smoking, alcohol, stress, and certain drugs are responsible for this type of the ulcer. Okay. Now another relevance of the malnutrition and the digestive system is uh, uh, the another would we say that these are the disorders of the digestive system is the malnutrition, in which the absence of the vitamins A, C, D, E, and CB, and proteins and carbohydrates are not eaten properly, so they will cause the malnutrition inside the body of man. Some other we can also discuss some other traits of the malnutrition, or we can say the disorders of gastrointestinal tract. If we discuss about the esophagus, there are three types of the diseases can cause the esophagus diseases: the dysphagia, achalia, and gastrointestinal reflux. Gastritis, peptic ulcer, gastric ulcer is caused in the stomach, while the intestinal or the inflammation, bowel disease, Crohn disease, ulcerative colitis, and colon cancer and ileus. These are the various uh, diseases which are present in the what we say uh, GI tract of the humans. Another disease that is I want to express you, that is the piles. This piles is also cause of the it occurs in the humans, uh, and it is present in the anus region, where the swelling of the muscles of the anus and the burning or the leakage of the what we say uh, capillaries present near the anus are cause of the piles, and in which there mostly it occurs of those persons who are not who has the constipation problem, and because of the constipation problem these piles can emerge, and this cause the disease called the hemorrhoids, in which the veins are related to the anus are get dilated, and they may be the external or internal, and they when the person forcefully release the bowel, they will also release some sort of blood along with it. And food poisoning and other digestive tract diseases, in which when we humans eat the uh, food which is poisonous, and this will also cause the various diseases such as the diarrhea and constipation, and also the uh, other bowel syndromes. So because of the food poisoning, but this such type of disease can cause, and various type of the other uh, bacterial species can also attack on the intestine. Malnutrition, I already told you. Overweight and obesity also, I have explained with you. So these are the uh, uh, disorders of the gastrointestinal tract. If you have any question, you can ask me. Hashir, Araj, do you have any question? Okay, is everything clear to you? Okay, that's good. So we have completed this chapter 12. Now tomorrow and next week we are going to start the chapter 13 for the uh, in your physical classes. If we will start the physical classes, hopefully we will start the physical classes. So we will start the chapter 13. Okay. Yes, I will, inshallah. I will provide you the notes, and I will give you the PPT copies to your WhatsApp group. Otherwise, I will share the hard copies also. Whatever the everything is possible, I will share with you. Or I will also may call you to write it down on your copies. Whatever the possibility is there, I will share it with you. Okay?